A few days ago, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed a special counsel to take full charge of 2 investigations involving former President Trump. One investigation has to do with the events of January 6th, and the other with the raid for documents at Mar-a-Lago. The special counsel's name is Jack Smith. Mr. Smith is a longtime federal prosecutor. His current work is as the chief war crimes prosecutor at the International Criminal Court at The Hague. There are reports that Smith's wife made donations to President Biden's 2020 presidential campaign. FEC filings show that each of the 2 donations was $1,000 for an obvious total of $2,000. According to a news report, Smith's wife also worked on a documentary in 2020 about former First Lady Michelle Obama, in which Mrs. Obama participated. In light of this, is Attorney General Garland's choice of Smith a wise one or not? Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz joins me by phone. Good evening, sir. What are your thoughts on this selection of Jack Smith in light of his wife's contributions, and she worked on a documentary?
Well, Greta, it's great to be with you. Thank you for having me. I think it is a terrible decision. You and I have talked before about how this Department of Justice and this FBI has been deeply, deeply politicized under Joe Biden. As you know, I have a brand new book that came out in the past couple of weeks that is entitled Justice Corrupted, How the Left Has Weaponized the Legal System. And it goes back to Barack Obama, who began this process of deeply politicizing the Department of Justice and the IRS and the FBI and the intelligence community and turning them into weapons to target their political enemies. That continued for 8 years. And then when Trump became president, those hard partisans, they burrowed into senior career positions at the DOJ and the FBI, and they waged war on Donald Trump for 4 years, trying to undermine his presidency. Now with Joe Biden, they are out in the open. It is metastasized, and I think it's profoundly dangerous.
My thought on this is that, he could be extremely fair. I have no idea. I don't know anything about him. And his wife may have had a minimal role on this documentary, and the $2,000 may be something. I have no idea about it. But what I don't understand is how tone deaf this is. Why would you have even the appearance of this and give ammunition to the Republicans to complain about the investigation? There are probably 200,000 prosecutors out there they could have chosen, and they chose one that's going to be that has this. I don't get this. I just think it's so tone deaf.
So, Greta, I don't think it's tone deaf. I think they are brazen. Under Joe Biden, remember, this is the same attorney general that wrote a formal memo directing the FBI to target parents who speak out at school boards. This is the same attorney general who signed off on the FBI raiding Mar-a-Lago, the first time in history a former president's home has been raided. This is the same attorney general who signed off on FBI agents raiding pro-life activists' homes at the crack of dawn with machine guns drawn. They are brazen about using law enforcement as a political weapon. And by the way, this is not the first time they've used this playbook. As I describe in the book Justice Corrupted, under Obama, when the IRS targeted Tea Party groups and conservative groups and pro-life groups and pro-Israel groups, and it became public, Barack Obama publicly said he was outraged, he was angry, and he said the American people have a right to be angry. And then what happened is the Obama DOJ stonewalled, and they appointed in charge of the investigation a prosecutor who had given over $6,000 to Obama and the DNC. This is the same playbook as before. They want a partisan prosecutor, and they know what they're doing.
Let me turn quickly to Be My Eyes and Ears. You're in Georgia campaign with Herschel Walker. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're seeing on the land there?
Well, I just landed a few minutes ago. We're getting ready to do a big rally this evening. It's at the Governor's Gun Club in Powder Springs, Georgia. The rally starts at 7 p.m., so if you're in the area, come by the rally. I'm here. Herschel Walker is here. Lindsey Graham is here. Sean Hannity is here, your former colleague. And if you can't come in person to join it, it's going to be live on Hannity's show this evening, so you can watch live, because it is all about turnout for December 6th. This race in Georgia is incredibly important. It's the second time in a week I've been here campaigning with Herschel, because this is going to determine whether we have an ability to fight back on Schumer's majority or not. It's a hugely important race.
Senator Ted Cruz, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Greta.